lobby. Through there? Pick some stuff up. Okay. Oh, what's wrong? What the fuck? What do I need to do? Oh. That work? I'm pretty sure I did it. Yeah. Okay. This first match being the two girls in the tournament. This should be interesting. Some epic girl power tonight. Unfortunately, I'm solo casting today, as Walmart is busy, but I think tonight's going to be more of a chill night. Music too loud? Wait. I might just turn down system audio for a bit then, because I might have to leave the lobby to fix it. Or, if these two are... I think the game had an issue, and they're already in a game, which sucks, but I should turn music off, okay. Excellent start. Very cool,
Lapis.
Yeah, they're totally just... The game totally just pranked me, right? Or not? Didn't get pranked? Nice. Ready. Okay, sweet. Some...
Enough idle chatter.
Hey guys.
Ready?
Okay. Is that audio alright there?
2, 1,
please let me know.
go.
Looks like we're going to FD though. Haven't seen too much of Pangle, but Lapis is definitely a notable Lucy player. Probably the main Lucy player in the server, between her and the West. Looking for early down tilts. Both of these characters very good at getting some stuff off the stage. Fascinating. Hello, Vecro. I haven't seen you in fucking a minute. Still this for fun, eh? Watching the Pangle losing out in the majority of neutrals there and failing to come back onto stage. Lapis is up a stock. Only 60 percentage on her as well, as she's very quickly building percentage on this Oblina. Yeah, both of these players are neither of them going too hard, mostly looking for spacing in neutral game. Lapis trying to get some down B into spikes. The down tilt is a bit nasty. Yeah, one of them is pretty much a straw back, right? That being said, Oblina is a little bit of a zoner, and only really goes full aggro versus heavy matchups. Being said, a bit of a misinput there, probably out of Oblina. Not wanting to up B there. Lapis very quickly capitalizing and punching, getting the instant stock return. Lapis potentially four-stocking this, but the up B is good. Pangle does recover. Is there a punish? Lapis being on kill percentage here. That being said, Oblina, both of these characters are very light and can die very early. And the down tilt into down tilt will be a nice, speedy game one. Nice. Actually, Lapis is the Lucy, so Lapis too strong. It takes first map. How you been, man? I started playing fighting games for fun, like, within the past couple weeks, so offered to do the casting for this little community, just because I had this spare time, so, you know, why not? Still play Apex and shouldn't play, like, FPS games. Got, like, Immortal last season in, like, Valorant a bit. I don't know, just game got boring. Up. Pangle whipping out the Helga though. Haven't seen too much Helga overall. Mostly just your mums playing Helga. Gonna be interesting to see if the character swap helps influence the matchup, considering how favored he was towards the Lucy of Lapis. Looking like we're back on FD.
2, 1, dance.
I think this is once again going to be a pretty slow matchup. Both characters relatively decent at spacing. I think Lapis wants to play more footsies towards his Helga. And FD being that kind of map. Unfortunately for Lapis though, I mean for Pangle, she does have a misinput and SDs, but Lapis being a bro, immediately homie stocking her as we go back to 3 stocks apiece. Derrick with the little observation. It is the battle of Pink Girl versus the Emo Goth Girl. Bit of a lag moment, perhaps from me. While this is happening, I'm going to quickly pull up some Twitch safe music. Since the game audio was being a little weird. Hope that this is alright. Not that bad. This. Lapis doing her thing. Throw off stage into down special into down tilt. She doesn't have vampire mode, but she doesn't need it a lot of the time to kill you. Music is twice as loud as me. Oh. How about that? Oh wait, I gotta up my mic boost. How's that? I forget. My mic should be way louder now, right? Pangle once again going for these up Bs, potentially misinputs, but immediately getting punished for them over and over again. You don't love to see it. But who knows? Helga on her last stock, but there's potentially some sauce to be had. Lapis is in kill percentages on the Lucy. Both players outside of a couple random misinputs are looking quite fundamentally sound, at least, not missing any bad text or anything for the most part. Unfortunately, Lapis unable to read there, but this is for the most part to be expected. Lapis is one of the big names in the community. Unfortunately, she could not play last week, but we are definitely expecting her to have a performance. That being said, tonight we are pretty much only have big names playing, so it's going to be up to anyone to guess who's going to win. Because honestly, there's like 5-6 people signed up who could win tonight, so you never know. That being said, Lapis looking to close out this stock and close out this match. Pangle already at 100%, but she is managing to get some meaningful shift damage onto this onto Lapis on Lucy. The counter is whiffed but not punished. Lapis just deciding to play nice and safe to finish out this stock. Potentially an edge guard situation here. Can Pangle get the kill? Lapis is very spooky indeed, Derrick. Both players' kill percentages. Lapis still a whole stock up there. It is FD though. I'd say the comeback potential in this map is relatively decent. One stock apiece, but Lapis only needing to hit a single good combo to end the stock is, you know, some might say that, Brody. Perhaps, that's certainly a way to word it. And, yeah, unfortunately for Pangle, she could not really make either of her character choices work out here versus Lapis, and goes down to a we should be heading straight into Derrick versus Rebecca, I believe. Just make sure they're good to go. Guys, good to go. Not going to stress too much tonight about whipping out the bracket and breaking things down too intensely, since there's a bit of a smaller bracket, but it should be good games on stream regardless, which is all that really matters, right? Derrick's in, we just need Rebecca to hop in real quick. I will update the scoreboard. Derrick and Rebecca. There is some big scary thunderstorms outside, so if I randomly disconnect, you know what's happening. Jesus, that was very loud and scary. Hopefully Rebecca can get in here soon. Just double check that the options are set properly, which it looks like it is. True, always potential for some huge spobbles. Rebecca is known for the spobble. I guess while we have some time, I will set it up so you guys can see the bracket. I'll drop a link in chat real quick as well, if anyone wants it. That should work, hopefully. Otherwise, give me 2 seconds to do it on OBS. There we go. Nice. Alright, looks like the Rebecca has typed and she should be here shortly. In the meanwhile, this is our brackets for tonight. Not the biggest bracket, but there's definitely a lot of gamers present. I can confirm at least that much. Your mom's actually managing to take a map off Dodo. Looking like he used April and Helga there. It's quite interesting. Dodo being a big name, so taking a map off him is nothing to scoff at. Now, I wouldn't stress Pangle. You definitely had some stuff there for sure. It's all a learning experience, right? Yeah, I've definitely seen some good stuff out of your mom. Being able to take a map off Ang Dodo is impressive, to say the least. Looking like the two gamers have gotten into the lobby. Nice. The names are correct as well. Okay, sweet. This is a battle between Ren and Stimpy and SpongeBob. Rebecca being probably the resident SpongeBob player in the server these days. Going to be interesting to see if she's picked up any new tech. I know Derrick has always fiending for new tech to find the Ren and Stimpy. Very big. Probably the most consistent Z-dropper in the tournament, actually finding value out of his log Z-drops out of everyone I've spectated so far. It's going to be interesting to see if he can continue his good performances though, considering last time Derrick had a bit of a pop-off performance, a bit of a performance of his lifetime, some might say, but time to see if it was a flash in the pan or the young gun can consistently pop off. Yeah man, lifetime of the 5 games I've watched you play, you know. Show up tonight and prove your consistency. Yeah, it's undeniable to say that tonight is scary. I wouldn't want to be in losers bracket versus anyone in this tournament tonight, so a bit spooky for sure. Once again, big scary thunderstorm outside. So if I cut out or I lag for a bit, that is the reason. Looking like these two players are just sorting out some stuff on Smash GG before they start their game. Hopefully we should get in shortly. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks like potentially the Big Nuts boys are waiting to be on stream. Not entirely sure. But that being said, we finally do get to start this game up, looking like they sorted out the Smash GG stuff. Big scary thunderstorms. Please don't cut off my power or internet. Armada invasion though.
3, 2, 1.
I wouldn't imagine that this is Rebecca's choice, as Derrick has been quite vocal with saying that this is one of his preferred maps. Ren and Stimpy definitely being able to do some crazy action, but Rebecca on this SpongeBob, you do gotta fear what she can do with the character. SpongeBob famously having a bit of a crazy combo that can just ruin your day. And that being said, Rebecca's played a beautiful neutral start off, had a couple good combo strings, and managed to take the first stock. Going on the stage, but managing to recover. Unfortunately for her though, Derrick, the Ren and Stimpy down tilts are ridiculous. With the kill potential they have, Derrick choosing to taunt and teeter himself mid-air, unfortunately, potentially whiffing something. That being said, 3 stocks apiece, relatively even percentages. As they go back into neutral. It's crazy to think that all the matches tonight, I believe, are going to be relatively close. Derrick unable to hit his down smash there, but consistently getting Rebecca off the edge here. Looking to edge guard with his fart, but unfortunately he is unable to connect it. Quite a strong edge guard coming out, but Derrick choosing to return back to center stage. Rebecca comfortably recovering. Once again, the bra effect that is SpongeBob is something else, and managing to kill here. Rebecca is at quite high percentages, and the down smash does finish off the kill. 2 stocks apiece. Derrick lands the down, the Z drop log, but unable to get a lot out of it. I honestly don't know who I would favor in this matchup, player-wise or character-wise, but Derrick hitting a beautiful fart there to edge guard the SpongeBob spatula, and actually killing Rebecca only at 90%, I believe. That was... must have been like a sweet spot fart or something, because that was so clean. Derrick once again down tilting. Rebecca does manage to grab ledge though, and she's going to need to do some magic here to come back on this map. Derrick, he connects the log. Rebecca though, beautifully juking the fart this time around, not wanting to die to it for a second time. Looking to play a bit safe here, Rebecca slowed things down a little bit, but does get punished on her dash attack. Getting teetered on the platform and getting punished eventually by the Ren and Stimpy to finish up map 1. I will update the scores real quick. As Derrick did take map 1. Just gonna clarify something. I think the Big Nuts duo might be waiting to be spectated, so potentially next game. Thank you for the follow, Ricky. Sucks that you couldn't play tonight, but looking like next week should be a really big week, as a lot of the fellas are planning to play then. Big piece de resistance, you know? Hopefully. Would love to see all the names in as many as possible. But Derrick's switching things up a little bit. What's happening here? Despite winning the first map, Derrick chooses to swap to Lincoln. Bit of an unconventional thing. I've only ever seen Derrick play the one character, so it's going to be interesting. Map 2, we do go to rooftops. Potentially he knows something that I do about Lincoln on rooftops, but he does get a strong start to it. Unfortunately for Rebecca, he instantly takes the first stock, unable to recover on the bomb. He's It's barely been 20 seconds into the match and Derrick's already emoted twice. Kinda low numbers for him, to be honest, as he continues to get damage in this next series of events that he finds himself in. Rebecca only now finally getting on the board, doing some damage to this Lincoln, but she is going to have quite a battle for herself to come back in this. Perhaps Derrick, the master of a little pocket pick here on the Lincoln. That being said, Rebecca still certainly has some stuff she can do here. Looking to space out a bit, but unable to get away in. The loser of this match does go down. The loser of the set does go down to verse Pangle, I believe. But that being said, Rebecca once again unable to recover. And Derrick is still comfortably only now entering the triple digits of Rebecca managing to collect the stock. Only being one piece down, one stock down with that clean recovery. Unfortunately. Derrick looking somewhat clean, but the spobble is connecting. And she unfortunately does not hit the down tilt, and Derrick gets the spike. She grabs ledge though, but Derrick managing to cover, actually using the wall jump mechanic in the game that pretty much no one knows about, low key to be honest. Rebecca, does she go for a spike? She does, but Derrick getting the counter hit. Percentages are even, but Derrick is still a full stock up, now 2 stocks up. Once again, emoting in the air, making a little funny sound effect. The up B is good, but she does manage to recover. I think Derrick is perhaps the only player I've seen actually use the wall hopper mechanic in this game. Is Rebecca able to do something here? Already at kill percentages, Rebecca is a bit crazy. A single good hit out of Derrick and it is the end of this match for Rebecca, but she's certainly got some moves. The bubble grab into a combo starter, but she's going to need to play immaculately here to finish out the set. She does get the grab, but does not read the tech roll, and Derrick is looking in prime position to close out the set. The Bob is looking a little bit lost here. Rebecca looking for some bubble tech potentially, but Derrick kind of just killing himself, but Rebecca respecting the homie stuff, ending her own life to finish out the set and give Derrick the 2-0. So Rebecca going down into losers 2 vs Pangle. Last stock, homie stock, a bit wild, but you gotta respect it. Rebecca, bra effect, you know, with a name like that, you can only expect her to be a massive G, and she's definitely shown that tonight with that final homie stock. Looking like the next match we're going to go into is Dodo versus Taetae. The big nuts battle it out, some may say. This is probably going to be one of the most hype matches of tonight, low-key, as... Oh, you were still playing? Oh, okay, well... What's the result of the game then? If it was... It looked exactly like a homie stock though, that's really funny. Okay, well Derrick still won, but... Okay, that's... We'll have to put a bit of a disclaimer there. The game he just bugged out apparently, but Derrick did still win 2-0, so... I'm not gonna do anything about that. A bit funny, but that's really weird. Let me try and get Dodo and Taetae in here. Looking like Taetae did make the lobby. Nice. Let me update the names and scores. Battle of the number 1 S tier versus the number 2 S tier. So, gonna be interesting.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Fight.
Interestingly enough, they do select FD though, so potentially a bit of a less spiky map. I would believe that it was Dodo's pick personally, as I think Leo prefers some of the other maps, but not entirely too sure. These two probably being some of the best players that we do have playing tonight though, and I believe they are quite good friends, considering they have the same Big Nuts clan and they play and practice together all the time. That being said, Taetae with a beautiful ledge grab, stopping the Aang recovery from actually managing to snap the ledge. Bet Dodo instantly answering back with a heavy spike of his own as we go back to 3 stocks apiece. I'm really looking for Dodo to put Leo in the blender though, as Dodo is quite comfortable doing, as we see here, instantly putting Leo on a 100+ % and spiking him off of this stage. Thanks for the stopping by, Loza. I hope you enjoy the rest of the stream. We have these every week. Dodo is kind of a goat though, not gonna lie. He does consistently perform as he gets the combo into the down stock, down tilts, and ruins the day of his good friend Taetae. That being said, Taetae instantly answering back once again with the down smash. This mashup, a battle of the bullshit, low-key, to be honest. Because the things this man is doing is not reasonable, to say the least. You drop the ball for a second versus Aang, and you might as well drop your controller, because there's not a lot of gameplay coming for you. I'm gonna be honest. Until you see at least 100% next to your character, you cannot do anything if you're certain characters. And I believe one of those characters is Leo, as he comfortably gets put in the blender and loses that first map. But Dodo having a little bit of a worse start here. Taetae is managing to get some tech reads and build a percentage lead, but to what end? How long? As Dodo just is so consistent with it. But Taetae, does he get the edge guard? He does not, and Dodo recovers. Leo and Aang is definitely a battle of, I'd say, more fundamentals. Because when you have bullshit fighting bullshit, it's the little mistakes and the little reads that's gonna get you the win at the end. But the Leo neutral is enough to fling the lightweight of Aang and collect first blood from that too. Being said, Taetae does not need a lot to die here, but he is managing to camp out Dodo quite reasonably here and actually come in for the aggression despite his high percentages, getting the tech reads to some degree. But Dodo, the up strong is not good. He cannot finish out the stock, unfortunately, as Taetae just continues to climb percentage on him. Leo is built a bit different here, managing to read the spacing, but there's no way Dodo doesn't hit that spike with the wide up B, and he does. We go back to 3 stocks apiece. That being said, Aang's percentages are ridiculous, but a single good read, a single second in the blender, and you're going to see these percentages instantly even out. The tech read is good though, and Taetae manages to finish out the stock with a beautiful smash. Does he get the spike? Unfortunately, he air dashes out of it, and Taetae is not able to get that early kill there, but Leo on the edge is some bullshit to deal with sometimes. Fortunately for Dodo though, Aang's up B is one of the few up Bs that does just automatically snap to ledge, leading Aang to some of the best recovery potential in the game. Both players going back to neutral. Taetae is still a stock up. I'm not entirely sure when the best of 5 starts. I'll have to clarify with the West, or you can ask him yourself. But Aang up strong, finally able to kill off that second tier platform. I might lower the music a little bit here. There we go. Taetae unable to kill this angler, but as we've seen before, just a single jab is enough to kill Aang at these percentages. Unfortunately for Taetae though, he's beautiful tech from Taetae to not get spiked there, keeping himself with this stock lead and getting the down tilt that he needs. As we all know, Leo down tilt is pretty good, to say the least. Dodo immediately looking to put Taetae back in the blender though, but the blocks are clean and the edge guard unfortunately is not for Taetae. As he gets back in the stagger though, not capitalized on with the perfect block punish being there. Blender is not good. Leo unable once again to keep Aang off the edge. Both players returning to more of a neutral battle, but Aang, a single spike is all he needs, unable to get it. Dodo looking to bring this to one stock apiece, but down tilt into down tilt, evening things out and bringing us to game 3. Taetae not wanting to be too owed by his fellow gamer, managing to even things up to one apiece. As we go into map 3, I believe this is the deciding match. Yeah. Okay, I do believe that only losers finals and winners finals are going to be best of 5 tonight. Just clarified with the TO. Going back to FD though, I believe this is a favorable map overall for Dodo. That being said though, Taetae is not going to make it easy for him. With early percentage leads, instantly trying to get Aang off that edge and ruin his day. Very, very scared of the Aang Nair combos here. Not wanting to give him a single opening to get in. Actually quite beautifully spacing out Dodo. Taetae potentially has done his homework here. Easily, maybe not easily, but convincingly taking the first stock of map 3. That Dodo immediately answering back though, putting him in the blender, not taking the stock, but definitely taking some percentage. But once again, Taetae is just spacing himself beautifully to deal with this Aang. Dodo unable to get in. Is the Nair good enough to kill? It's not. Dodo up B. He does drift back onto stage, successfully getting back to center stage. Both players at kill percentage, but Taetae still a whole stock up. Dodo unable to spike as well. Quite a uncharacteristic missed spike from Dodo there. I do believe that might have just been a misplay. The fast fall, strong neutral is enough to finish out that stock though. Dodo gets the perfect block, unable to start a combo string however. This Aang recovery definitely being used to its full potential. I don't believe Sammy's is best of 5. I think that's an old message actually. Aang, once again though, showing why he is some bullshit. Immediately puts Taetae in the blender, hits the dash attack into strong attack, and putting himself for the first time in game 3 in the lead. Dodo is a stock up, however he is in ridiculously high percentages. That recovery though is so good, managing to consistently get him out of bullshit situations. Battle of the Bullshit is definitely what I would personally call this match as. Both of these plays are utilizing it to its fullest potential though, so what am I to say? The Nair combos are good, the DI away can only do so much, and the tech read is there. Dodo seemingly at quite a disadvantage at the start of this map, managing to instantly get up multiple stocks here. Taetae answering, but still down a full stock. He's going to have to do some magical down tilts to come back a bit. Leo is known to do some magic, even if it is against Aang. Both of these players looking to try and finish off something here. As the percentages are climbing, Dodo looking for the blender, unable to get too much off of it though. getting grabbed by Aang is just... Getting grabbed by either of these characters is just so ridiculously devastating. But the neutral... the neutral strong fastfall is enough to close out the stock and to close out this set, giving Dodo the win over his friend, over Taetae of the Big Nuts clan, and secure him the 2-1 dub. Hello, goals. What's up? Okay, with that being done, ignore the YouTube screen, lol. I believe Lapis and Derrick can be spectated. So I will update the stuff. You guys good to go? Lapis and Derrick. Nice. We update the scores. Properties. Lapis. And Derrick. Once again, both of these players, the whole bracket tonight, unfortunately, not too many players signing up tonight, but everyone who did is pretty goated, pretty good at video games, so gonna be interesting to see. I don't believe I've seen too much out of these two players actually versing each other, so I've seen a lot of Lapis, seen a lot of Derrick. I haven't seen a lot of this matchup in specific, however, as we load into this first map. I'm assuming once again that this is Derrick's pick, as he has selected the Armada Invasion quite consistently, one of his favorite maps. Immediately gets a log combo into 2 down tilts. Can he get more? Derrick is known to close things out early, and successfully perfect stocks Lapis immediately on this Armada Invasion map 1. If you get hit by those down air combos, you can just... some crazy things can happen to you. Ren and Simpy, it definitely being his most powerful tool. Down tilt and down strong, having massive potential to just close out stocks ridiculously early and having some crazy finishing power of their own. But Lapis answering back, only taking not exactly 0 damage, but taking a reasonable amount of percentage for that stock, bringing this game back and actually managing to build a stock, a percentage lead on Derrick as both characters approach kill percentage. That being said, do not forget that Ren and Stimpy is the 3rd most heavy character in the game, while I believe Lucy on the Lapis is quite light. That being, but Derrick immediately reading the recovery and getting the down smash off of the ledge, spiking Lapis to her death. Can he do it again? He does not get the edge guard. Lapis returns back to stage, but Derrick is feeling himself once again, and I'd say already proving that Derrick was not a flash in the pan last week, as he's hitting these beautiful Z drops over and over again already. Lapis though, not to be scoffed at for sure. You can definitely string together a fair few coffin combos, perhaps, and bring this all together for herself, just like that. As she gets these tech reads, but Derrick managing to finally get himself out. The Taetae though, is there a punish? Unfortunately for Lapis, the down tilts do not connect. She's going to need to do something quickly. The percentages are climbing for her, and she is on her final stock. Derrick still having a spare stock to his name. Derrick really is Derrick. I don't think I've seen this guy play many matches where he doesn't throw at least a couple of motes in for the boys. The up strongs though, it is quite hard to kill Ren and Simpy. He's quite a heavyweight character, and he does have the the counter mechanic, but the throw into down tilts are good, but Derrick off spawn platform immediately farting and securing his map 1 victory. Let me update the scores real quick. You love to see a good waft close out of stock and That's certainly what happened in map 1. As we head into map 2 shortly. Derrick chiming in the chat. Fat fart in the face. It's looking like since tonight we have more of a small population, should I say, small group playing tonight, that most players are opting to wait for stream to have their matches live on stream. So despite the small amount of players we have had tonight, I'm going to assume we're going to have many good matches, as only the best are in. Derrick stream sniping, true. Perhaps Derrick DQ'd for a stream snipe, immediately going for some log spacing. Going to be interesting. I believe that Rooftops is another one of Derrick's favorite maps though, so perhaps he's managing to do something behind the scenes in terms of map picks that's really giving him the advantage that we're not getting to see in game. That being said, this neutral starting out quite even. Derrick choosing not to take that. The roll-in is red. Lapis certainly is not a slash when it comes to playing this game. Unfortunately, she was unable to make it last week. Let's see if she can have a performance here to make up for it. The coffin, really unfortunate for her, does get stuck on the ledge and doesn't confirm that stock, which I assume normally would. Derrick really playing around trying to get those waft mechanics though. The down tilt isn't good though, and Lapis unable to finish out the stock. Derrick though, surely he dies from that. 200% to his name, he does simply get cargo thrown off the edge. And he finds himself in a situation where he's going to want to quickly finish out this stock for Lapis as soon as he can. That being said, Derrick is on Ren and Stimpy a heavy character. The percentages do matter a little bit less for him, but they certainly still do matter, as he has managed to find himself getting near perfect stock there. Lapis looking very clean on the second map, perhaps showing why the rooftop has been picked for her, despite it being a known favorite for Derrick. Little known mechanic for anyone in stream as well who doesn't know, despite losing the particle effects, on death, Ren and Stimpy does still keep the waft stacks, so it's good to remember that you can still be immediately farted on, despite him leaving spawn platform. Something Lapis potentially has to worry about here, but she is up 3-2-1 stocks, only 60% to her name. But Derrick is looking clean with his down tilts. That being said, Lapis very good with the recovery mix-ups, using her special to buy a little extra time in the air and mix up. Those down tilts are certainly true there. Triple down tilt into a suicide. She manages to get a map and bring us to map 3. 3-1ing Derrick there on Rooftops. Let me update the scores real quick. Lapis certainly showing that there's plenty of life left in the little goth girl, as they sort out the picks for map 3. No, tonight's a little more chill, perhaps a little more jank than what we want, or even what we've planned, but
I've got nothing else to do.
appreciate everyone for coming by to watch the stream, just chilling, watching these good games. Next week should hopefully be a big week. A lot of people, at least word of mouth, saying that they're going to sign up. But we are in map 3. Once again, Armada Invasion. You got to imagine Derrick has once again picked his favorite map, as this was his choice to pick. Lapis though getting some clean tech reads and managing to get vampire form off of herself. Interesting thing about this matchup is Lucy is able to get vampire form off of the logs, so going to be interesting to see if that plays out in any regard, perhaps giving Lucy a free vampire form that she wouldn't have had otherwise. But while I was rambling, Lapis has managed to get a clean combo off on Derrick. Derrick unable to DI out and getting coffined by the Lucy for the first stock. Lapis recovering back. Unfortunately, her coffin sends inwards instead of outwards, and Derrick is going to capitalize off that to the best of his ability and immediately trade a stock. Looking like he wanted a Z drop there, but choosing to abandon the log and immediately start trading with Lapis. The up B is good though, weirdly not punished. Lapis gets the down tilt a bit. Both plays manage to recover here. Derrick is at very high percentages, but the down tilts, are they good enough? Unfortunately for Derrick, they're not. Down tilting once again though. Lapis using her special to return back to center stage. Derrick only getting 8% though since the last stock and managing to get Lapis dead and a stock up with that massive percentage on him. Quite clean play out of Derrick, but you've only come to expect it out of this young gun. He goes for the ledge guard, but unfortunately he's not able to do much with it. But that being said, Derrick still only at 158 percentage, not even being ticked until that grab. But Lapis already finding himself at 100%. Derrick is looking clean. Is he able to capitalize? He does get the spike, punishing the up B, and once again Lapis is on her final stock. Derrick still 3 stocks to his name and managing to hit the counters. The fart, this is not good, but he doesn't really need it to be. Still alive, despite this high percentage on his 3rd stock. Surely this cargo throw is enough to kill, but Lapis is going to need to fight a crazy uphill battle to win this set out. Win this map. The tech read, doesn't even need the tech read. Derrick missing the tech there. The tech reads do continue to be good though, as she builds a percentage on Ren and Stimpy. Unfortunately for her, not killing there, but she did manage to find herself a vampire form. Perhaps a bit of an in to a potential comeback, but the double hit of the down smash and the log that has been boosted. Derrick, he loves to taunt, he loves a bit of BM, he's done it once again. The neutral is good, the smash isn't. Lucy deciding to space things out a little bit, and fortunately for Lapis, her spacing works out. She does manage to hit the coffin with a good spacing and get the punish in. 1 stock apiece, percentages are starting to even out here. Lucy of Lapis only needing a couple good moves here. Either of these plays only needing a single good combination, a single big hit to connect to win out this set. A very close set so far. But the neutral jab, I believe, is enough to close out Lucy from center stage with these high percentages. And Derrick showing that he is scary and here to play. But you have to imagine perhaps Derrick a little bit scared to keep emoting like that, as that game was close to say the least. Looking like this next map should be... let me bring up the bracket. Let me take these two off my screen real quick actually. Bring up the bracket once again. This match should be Dodo. No, it should be... Wait, let me look at the bracket properly. It should be Taetae versus Rebecca. Yeah, okay. I don't know, I just had a massive brain fart there, don't mind me. Let me add these two and see if they're ready to play. Taetae already being in the lobby. Quite a quick one. Looking like he made the lobby already. Nice. I will update the scores real quick. Derrick admitting his big stream snipe. Gonna have to bring it up to the TOs and see if he gets DQ'd. Leo versus SpongeBob for this matchup though. Not Lapis. Taetae versus Rebecca. gonna be honest, I do believe that this matchup is heavily favored towards the Leo, but Rebecca certainly is far from a bad player. So I expect to see some potential out of her for sure, as I mistype Rebecca. Well, nice. Okay. I believe she's just getting into the lobby now. I do believe that Leo is certainly heavy and big enough that there is potential for SpongeBob to get in and get some work done. Potentially a couple spobbles here and there. You could certainly see a bit of an upset, and I do believe Rebecca winning would be an upset, but not a huge one. As I've said many times tonight, all of the players here, I believe, are very strong players, so anyone can win anything from my perspective at least. Derrick chiming in the chat, hoping that Rebecca wins, and I believe in the back of our hearts, in the back of our minds, everyone here wants Rebecca to win a little bit, but we're going to have to see, as Taetae has shown his prowess and his strength on the Leo. Certainly someone to be reckoned with, at the very least. Little water break. Stay hydrated, fellas and ladies. Like Rebecca is joining up. Yep. And if I believe so, both players have just decided to go to Jellyfish Fields, and that does look like it is the case. Rebecca doing some weird stuff to start off with. Maybe they're testing buttons, I'm not sure, but it does not look like the case. Rebecca is doing some fancy stuff. But despite the look of her potentially baiting out an SD or something, she has managed to recover back onto stage quite consistently, getting a hit through the stage there and actually managing to get first stock onto Taetae. Potentially some big jank out of Rebecca, but it's worked, so you can't blame her. Unfortunately, that up B does not recover, but you're gonna have to slow that down and watch that in your own personal time later, because I have absolutely no idea what occurred for that first stock there. Taetae, I don't know what's happening here, but Rebecca is kind of playing like a weirdo, but are you really playing like a weirdo if it's working? And it's certainly looking like what she's doing is at least confusing Taetae to some degree, perhaps stunning him so he can no longer play, but Rebecca is looking kinda good in this first map, at least of Jellyfish Fields. Unable to hit the spike, but she is up a stock with only 50% on her. I have no idea what is going on. Rebecca bringing this out of nowhere, potentially doing a bit of godslaying here with the up tilts. Good. Can she recover? I don't know what's happening, but Taetae is just unable to spike this bob, and she is certainly hitting some good combos. The mix-up recovery is so good. Taetae unable to spike her. The sponge, perhaps not the only things with a lot of holes in this matchup. I have no idea what is going on, but I am loving what I'm seeing. Rebecca showing that you certainly cannot sleep on her. She's going to pull out some weird shit and be up. She's 3 stocks to 1. Leo does manage to get the dash attack and finish off the stock with a jab, but I don't know what to say. Rebecca is up, and it looks like she is not going to give Taetae an easy stock to try and even things up here. The down tilts do not connect, and I don't know what's going on, but there is some magic here that we do not see. Taetae finally managing to get a down tilt spike, but you'd almost imagine Leo to get all 5 of his kills with one of those, and he's only managed to get one in a losing situation. And Rebecca gets a double strong and takes map 1. I don't know what to say, but some funny things have happened here. Rebecca taking map 1, pulling out the jank, but the jank is working. Looking like a bit of a funny issue here. I'm gonna sway. I don't know if they're already in a game, but can you? Looking like I might have missed game 2. Unfortunately, no, they're remade, I think. Unless we're just waiting. Okay. Rebecca! Showing that the Bob is far from out of new tricks. More than just a spobble machine. Rebecca showing that some cool stuff is still yet to be found with her more unique playstyle in map 1. Looking like it returning a little bit more to tradition here, as Rebecca doesn't immediately bait a SD, but the up B of Leo actually saving Rebecca in that case. Unable to get the spike, but not a single percentage to his name. That being said, Rebecca is perhaps going to find herself with a bit of a combo situation. I think Rebecca's been doing some recovery practice or something weird, man, but unfortunately for her, she did not have immunity frames on that ledge grab, and Taetae immediately punishing it and getting the down spike. But Taetae, perhaps he's finally adjusted to the playstyle adjustment, immediately getting 2 stocks up and doing his traditional down tilts to ruin your day as a typical Leo player would. A little bit of dash dancing, each player spacing each other out a bit. Looking like Rebecca going more back to her traditional playstyle and slowing things down a bit, but I don't know if returning to tradition is the play here, as Taetae is just saying, yep, another day in the office, as he triple down tilts once again and makes game 2 swift, 4-0ing Rebecca and proving that a little bit of spice is not enough to bring down the Leo player that is Taetae. If you are in chat, Dodo, while you're here, it's some funny. I want to ask you guys where you get your names from, because I have noticed that you guys both have alliteration names, and you are both of the Big Nuts boys, so I'm assuming there's something behind that. It's a medical condition. I'm sure it's something, man. Certainly. As we go into map 3.
Well, what are we waiting for? 3, 2, 1, go!
Pretty wild. Derrick being called Derrick. Taetae just going back for his classics, looking for those down tilts, but Rebecca has managed to drift out. Perhaps going back to a bit of the funny plays. Does she get the reversal? She does not. Almost spiking Taetae as he goes for his own spike. This game is certainly interesting, but I think Taetae has perhaps downloaded Rebecca a little bit and seems to have figured out her game plan to at least a certain degree here, but oh my god. For a second I thought Rebecca was about to do something very fancy. Unfortunately, it is not able to connect, but she does manage to collect that stock with some clean down tilts and even out this game a fair bit on game 3. As we go into a tech chase, grab, spam situation, Rebecca does manage to recover though, being one of the few players to actually consistently avoid getting down tilted by Leo. She goes for the bit of a bubble setup, unfortunately unable to connect and missing a tech bit. When it's Rebecca, is it a missed tech or is it, you know, mind games? Who knows? She's definitely a bit spicy with it, but the down smash is able to connect, and Leo is a bit of a spike monster, as we all know. Can pretty much spike off anything, as he's showing us right now. Taetae looking clean as usual, but Rebecca certainly able to bring things back here. But I can't imagine this isn't edge guarded well from Taetae. The ledge grab is good, and both smash attacks do miss, but this down tilt does miss. Rebecca utilizing Taetae to get back onto the stage, and I don't even know what happened there. Taetae just kind of fell over and died, falling off stage. Rebecca, bra effect, SpongeBob still being at 100% though. Not a lot is required to kill the porous boy at this current moment, but this bubbles unfortunately aren't good. But Rebecca just manages to dodge everything. Unfortunately does not dodge that up smash and gets kind of clapped as she walks into the swords, successfully dodging the double down tilt once again. Taetae full committing to it and kind of SDing himself there, putting himself in a really scary situation here, as it is one stock apiece with low percentages, and Rebecca actually finds herself with a slight advantage. Sorry. The spobble, is it good? The spike doesn't connect. The grab, it misses. Rebecca is in a tech chase situation. Does she hit these tech chases? She's good so far. The percentages are climbing. Taetae, did he throw? The up smash is not enough to connect, but Taetae, oh my god. The up B does certainly bounce around the bob quite a fair bit. It's anyone's game at this point, but if Taetae loses this, I gotta imagine he's kicking himself a little bit. Rebecca is so good at these recovery mix-ups, and he's going for these down tilts, but I can't imagine he's going to commit as hard as he did before. And finally able to punish these up Bs, hits the down smash and spikes Rebecca, but Jesus Christ. That is certainly not how I was expecting that match to go. A bit of jank from both sides perhaps, but a good game nonetheless. Going down to final stock on game 3. I gotta give props to Rebecca there. Probably some of the cleanest recoveries I've seen. Maybe not clean. Some of the most interesting recoveries I've seen tonight. And it's really, it managed to trip up Taetae to the point where he was SDing himself, so something's working there. Jesus. Let me bring up the bracket real quick. I want to clarify what is what. Lapis first. Okay. So this next match is Derrick versus Dodo. I believe, or we no, we do Lapis. We do Lapis versus Rebecca. I don't know what I'm saying. If possible, don't spec in-game players in case it does make it. Okay, so this should be Rebecca versus Lapis. Once again, bit of girl power tonight. We've had a good showing from both sides of the field, I should say. I'm gonna ask Lapis 3, can As Rebecca has typed in Discord, brutal tournament, but kind of fun with how strong every player is tonight. Don't really think there's too many easy games, to say the least. Let me update these names. Okay. Great. No stream snipers, please. La. Okay. Guys, 43. Both big nuts still in. The big nuts are certainly no slashes. Change the lobby options. Jump. Wait, what was I saying? It's Taetae versus Lapis. Lapis do be performing. Disjoints hurt my feelings. Yeah, disjoints are certainly difficult for Ren and Stimpy. I would agree. Just update that real quick. Is there a spec issue? I think I might have missed game one. Rip. Some like spectator jank. Unfortunately. Oh. Maybe that was my fault. Whoops. We will just have to catch what the scores are and hopefully get in for game two. Oh, they are restarting. Okay, excellent. Okay. The Ren and Stimpy meme. I can't imagine you wouldn't love most Ren and Stimpy memes. Derrick, I feel like you certainly found a character you can vibe with. I'm just going to focus on getting into this match. I will check it out after. Okay, for now. Still grey. Unfortunately, the lobby system is still a little bit jank, so... Okay. Do a quick restart, see if that fixes it.
Nickelodeon All-Star
Hopefully
Brawl.
this sorts it all out. Nah, you're the masters of a losers bracket though, Derrick, right? That is not the right copy paste. Jesus. Where is it? Oh, Jesus. Okay. The spectate button is not grey, but we need to figure out which match to join. Oh. I'm in. All is well. Okay. All good. The restart is definitely unfortunate. But we did manage to get in. The names are in the wrong way around, but I'm just going to deal with that. Everyone here knows who these two players are, so that's all that counts in the end of the day. We are on rooftops though. I'm curious to see whose pick that is. But Leo certainly showing some dominance to start out. Taetae can do some magic as he immediately getting some crazy punishes. Jesus Christ. The fact that those neutrals kill so early on these characters, like 100%, and Lucy's just dead with that neutral. The down tilt is enough to kill once again. 2 stocks up. Taetae only has 30% on him. And this is looking like a rough map 1 for Lapis. That being said, Lapis finally getting in and doing some damage, but Taetae is scary, to say the least.
Gross.
Once again, both these characters somewhat at kill percentages, but Taetae only needing a little bit to actually finish off this Lucy. The cargo throw is not enough. Can it be punished? The recovery is not punished, and Lucy needs to do something quick, unable to actually get to the stock off of that throw, and Taetae mashes out of the grab. You hate to see it. Mashes out of the grab and immediately gets the spike. Taetae looking to potentially 4-stock, but Lapis does manage to finally get on the board and take a kill. Taetae does get the double grab, but unfortunately unable to do much off of it. But if you're a Lapis fan, if you're Lapis herself, not unfortunately, as she's struggling to get herself back into this game, going to need to get some very, very clean combo strings, perhaps a couple misplays out of Taetae to even out this set and have a chance at winning this first map. But this edge guard situation, Lapis does manage to get ledge though, and does get the down tilt to punish. 100% to a name though. Does not take a lot to kill a Lucy, these percentages, especially if you are Leonardo. 2 stocks, 2-1, Lucy at kill percentage. It's gonna have to be some magic, but perhaps Lucy is a bit of a magician. That Unfortunately, as I say that though, it does not feel like she is. Taetae immediately getting the dash attack to finish out the stock. Run it back, straight back to rooftops. Looking like these players are slowing things down a bit, particularly Lapis. Potentially not wanting to have a repeat of last map and perhaps be a little bit too hasty and immediately find herself down 2 stocks. These tech chases are good though. Reading Taetae quite cleanly. Unfortunately for herself though, unable to get vampire form, but despite what you might have thought after watching map 1, Lapis finds herself with a stock lead and first blood on the second map of Rooftop Rumble. Still though, quite interestingly, she has not managed to get vampire form yet, despite already being a minute deep into this match. The tech chase is not good though, and Taetae gets a little bit of a reversal, but Lapis immediately grabbing it straight back. The tech chases are good. Unfortunately, she is not able to capitalize and hit the up strong that she was looking for there. Once again, evening things out. Rooftop Rumble is quite an interesting map, being made up of one big platform that you can wall jump off, and a singular large platform above to actually be used as a platform. Once again, the only player that I've actually seen utilize the large brick that is the map and perform wall jumps is Derrick, as I assume most players kind of don't even know about it, as it's such a niche mechanic and pretty much only useful on this map. But as I ramble, Lapis has managed to find herself up 3 stocks to 1, and the percentage lead is quite large. Immediately I'm surprised that kill. Perhaps Taetae kind of just dropping the ball there, knowing he has map 3 with such a big disadvantage, but we do go to map 3. Apparently Lapis is the one who taught Derrick how to do the wall jumps, so I don't believe I've seen Lapis perform a wall jump yet, but good to know that she at least knows it. As it looks like map 3 will be played on Battlefield. This is going to be a little bit scary for Lapis on Lucy, as Battlefield is probably one of Leo's best maps, if I was to say so. Giving him a lot of potential to do some crazy things. I feel like being in an advantage situation as Leo on Armada gives you some crazy stuff to do. That being said, nothing but some clean standard play out of Taetae to get that first stock. Solid recovery and combo game into a clean spike is all he needs to take that stock. And almost stealing yet another stock away from Lapis there. Kind of a criminal, to say the least. Lapis potentially looking for some down tilts of her own, but unable to get it. And Taetae is so good with those down tilts. Surprisingly not going for the down tilt at the end there. But he knows the down smash is all he needs with no iframes on ledge, and Lapis not even grabbing ledge there. That he will get the spike 2 to 4 stocks on this third final map. This is looking very scary for Lapis, as Taetae only needing to close out 2 more stocks to secure this set win. Just casually, comfortably camping out in his block. Gets a single perfect block, gets the jab out, gets the grab, and now he's just looking to edge guard. The down tilts from Lucy though, perhaps biting off too much, and actually managing to finally lose a stock. Lapis does get on the board. Still a full stock up, and Lapis percentage is only continuing to climb. The tech chase is not good, unfortunately, but Lapis able to follow up. Surprisingly enough, not too many coffin confirms in this set in particular, but perhaps Taetae making things difficult for Lapis to actually confirm off of these coffins. That being said, she goes for one there, and it looks like Taetae successfully DIing out. Unfortunately for Lapis, she really needed that kill as her percentage continues to climb. The up B is not punished, but Taetae having advantage on Armada Invasion as Leo is something different. With his disjointed moves and the triple platforms, he is able to do some crazy things to just ruin your day. But Lapis finally able to hit a coffin and actually even up the stocks. Can she do some magic to perhaps make things a bit more even? The down smash isn't good, and Taetae perhaps being read a little bit, managing to get some mix-ups out of Lapis potentially, but enough throws off ledge and enough down smashes, eventually one has to connect, right? And with that being said, Taetae believes in that philosophy, I believe, because several down smashes in, he does manage to finally get Lucy on her final stock. Lucy, though, of Lapis, quickly evening things out. Map 3, we're on a final stock situation, 0% APs on Armada Invasion. Both players choosing to slow things down, deciding to do a little bit of footsies, but Lapis getting a beautiful combo off of a perfect block and finding herself in massive advantage in the situation, potentially able to knock out Taetae with a single good combo string, but Taetae once again finding himself center stage and advantage, and all he needs is a couple of down tilts to reverse the situation and take the set. Despite Lapis looking somewhat convincing there in the end, Taetae only needing a little bit to bring himself in a situation where down tilt is the victory, as it ever so often is for Leonardo. Jesus. Like I said, we may be lacking some plays, folks, but tonight, every game is a good game. There certainly has not been a bad game. That is for sure. As we go into winners finals. I'm assuming you two are already watching stream and know the code, or I'll just drop code in stream lobby one more time. Let you guys jump in here. I'll update the player scoreboard real quick. Derrick. Dodo. 0. I'm going to have a quick water break, so I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, that's better. Don't forget to drink water. Water very important, guys. Yeah, winners finals. Yep. Okay.
Now I really ought to spank you. Play nice.
Alright.
Three,
Sorry, I was just doing some typing. As we get into this winners side of the bracket though, Dodo vs Derrick, back on Armada Invasion. Looking like things are starting as they usually do, with Dodo on his Aang immediately putting Derrick in the blender. Already 150 percentage to Derrick though. Can Aang actually kill? Hard to see. Aang being known for being a little bit difficult to kill, and Ren and Stimpy being a very heavy character. There's definitely potential for Derrick to do some stuff, but a cargo throw off the edge is all Aang needs to ruin Derrick's day and collect that first stock. Down smash sending up. Derrick finding himself in a situation where he does manage to get the down spike and collect a stock for himself. The Aang recovery, very hard to exploit, and Derrick trying to do some fancy stuff with the logs here. The Taetae is not punished. Not digging for more down tilts. Good techs and mechanics out of both plays, but Dodo is very, very clean with his tech chases. That being said, these up strongs, it's hard to kill if you're Aang, especially versus the big fat boy that is running the Stimpy. Derrick not needing too much to finish off this Aang, but Dodo is smooth with his moves, to say the least. Down smash connects, the up smash is enough. Derrick immediately taunting, you know, he loves to do it, and he's not punished for it this time. Do not forget that Ren and Stimpy does have the wafter mechanic saved up, potentially looking to close out a stock with it, as it has massive kill power. The up strong is not able to kill, and the waft manages to eat yet another up strong. Derrick potentially looking to close out this stock quickly here, having a beautiful advantage situation, not letting Dodo in. Doing another remote, you know he loves to do them. 3-1 stocks, his percentage is high, but he's just beautifully playing around this advantage. Can Dodo get these chases in? The cargo throw surely kills, but he actually doesn't decide to go for the drop. Dodo gets ledge, but he gets spiked. The waft, he goes for a waft spike. Unfortunately, it does not connect, but Derrick kind of finding him in a situation where he can go for these dangerous plays confidently, knowing how big of a lead he finds himself in. Dodo needing to play near perfectly to even have a chance at winning this first map. And that cargo throw certainly will kill. But final stock, and Dodo finds himself deep in kill percentages. The there is more than enough to send Aang flying off of the edge and secure Derrick the first win on map 1. Let me update that score real quick. Alright, it's looking like the losers semifinals was supposed to be a best of 5, so those players are just going to resolve it on their own and finish it out. And this match is also actually a best of 5, so more games. Good news for everyone. As we go into the second match though, certainly Dodo does love to go on FD, as it just gives him crazy potential to string these nairs together and plenty of space to chase from the opponent's tech DI. But despite these percentage differences, I'd say both characters are approaching kill potential as Aang is a fair bit lighter than Ren and Stimpy, a point I seem to continuously hop on. But I find it very relevant. Derrick trying to read with the aerial smash, but does not get it. Fortunately for him though, does manage to clear up the stock, but Dodo does not want to let him gain too much of a percentage lead, but Derrick is just so consistent with it. So hard to kill this Ren and Stimpy. He goes for the Z drop, nothing connects, but every little piece matters, because Ren and Stimpy lives very, very long, especially into this Aang. The up B potentially a miss input out of Derrick though, and immediately getting punished with the dash attack heavy. As Dodo sees an opportunity to put the big fat Ren and Stimpy immediately in the blender. Instantly 100%, but Derrick does not need to do a lot to kill that Aang on 100%. I believe it was a single neutral in the down tilt to send Aang real deep into the blast zone. Derrick finding himself up a stock despite the map choice being Dodo's. All things considered though, Aang's percentages are climbing a little bit slow. Hopefully he's able to close out this stock quickly, and he does find himself doing so, managing to stem the bleeding a little bit and find himself in a 2 stock apiece situation. But Derrick is clean with it and manages to bring Aang in a somewhat scary percentage versus this Ren and Stimpy. But the blender is strong, but the perfect block is stronger. Derrick managing to find himself with that down smash quite a long distance indeed, killing the Aang. Aang is a bit scary, but Derrick is looking even scarier. Dodo kind of sweating here, finding himself on his last stock on his own map pick. Up 2-1 Derrick at the moment, despite him having some big percentage on his name. The drift in the air is good, the Taetae is punished, the log connects, but it's just gonna get Aang even higher up onto the stage. Either of these plays can die very quickly here, but Derrick isn't even going to need his next stock. Hitting the down smash and ripping one into the Aang that is Dodo, picking up a second map and bringing us to match point. If I think for losers finals, I am going to do a server ping, just in case anyone wanted to tune in for the last 2 big sets.
I warn you.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1.
Being said, we do run it back on FD. Derrick immediately getting a clean start to the match though. Dodo looking a little bit lost, even trying to find a way back onto stage, but he finds himself immediately in the red. Derrick is quite a little beast, seemingly just taken something last week, and he's taken some more of it, performing just as consistently, just as well today. The tech chases, though, are good at a Dodo, but not that good, as he is not able to get that much more out of it. But the percentages are evening up, and Dodo finally finding himself in an advantage state, winning out the first stock of map 3, but Derrick is going to immediately even things out. He even hits the Z drop, but unfortunately for him, Dodo was still in his immunity frames and immediately puts Ren and Stimpy back in the blender. Once again, this is map set point, I should say, for Derrick, and he only needs to win one more map to secure himself a spot in Grand Finals. That being said, Dodo is not going to make it easy for him. Immediately putting Ren and Stimpy back in the blender over and over again. The cargo throw, I don't think it's enough to kill, but the follow-up spike certainly is. Derrick finds himself on final stock, while Dodo remains with 3 to his name and only low percentage tagged onto it. The log, quite ambitious. Unfortunately for Derrick, not connecting there, but down tilt can do some crazy things. Down tilt down smash is bread and butter for this character, and the log down smash actually killing there. Interesting to see that Derrick is utilizing these Z drops so well, even not necessarily just off spawn, as he's found himself in situations where he finds the space to grab logs and Z drop for himself. But with all that being said, they don't always connect, and Dodo is looking a little bit more clean in this map 3, as he's trying to finish off his final stock, only needing a single good spike. But Derrick bringing it back to a last stock situation. Massive kill, massive percentage to his name, but he is unfortunately unable to do much on that final stock, and does just get upstrung to clean it up. But Dodo bringing it back a fair bit, not getting 3-0'd and making this a set. Derrick still on set point, however. Dodo is going to need to do a reverse comeback to take this set and find himself in Grand Finals.
What the heck is going on here?
Going to be interesting to see. I would assume that Derrick picks Armada Invasion, if not banned, but considering we are rooftops, I'm going to assume Armada has been banned and Derrick has selected rooftops. One of his more favored maps, and I would believe it's one of Aang's weaker maps, as the top platform allows for a lot of tech potential when getting blended by the Aang. But Dodo's gonna make it look like any map pick is his, as he gets the perfect first stock. Potentially working towards this full reversal and actually having some comeback potential. But I'm going to imagine Derrick is gonna want to end things as quickly as he physically can. But Dodo can do some magic, that is for sure. The tech chases are clean, the block is good. This is definitely an uphill battle for Derrick in this situation. Perfect block though. Derrick is going to want to find this stock quickly. But Dodo is looking clean here. Beautiful rolling into grab, into blender. Derrick, even though he's teching, his teching is only doing so much. He gets the stock, but he's still down a full stock and 70%. If he can get an early kill here though, potentially evening things up, but Dodo looking to play a little bit more safe, once again going straight into the blender combo. But Derrick You gotta be afraid. If you're in the air off stage versus Ren and Stimpy, all he needs is a couple dares to ruin your day. And just like that, a single dare onto the Aang sends him straight into the blast zone. Percentage still racking up for this Ren and Stimpy though. But Aang does struggle to kill at times, and Ren and Stimpy is big and fat. The spike, however, is read beautifully though. And Derrick finds himself in a rough situation. Dodo looking for a bit of a cheese down tilt kill there to end things out quickly, but Derrick finding himself escaping it. Dodo playing very aggressive here though, looking to end this stock quickly. Not wanting to give Derrick an opportunity to get back in, but potentially being over aggressive there. As Derrick does find the punish, does find the down tilt, and sends Aang flying. We are in a final stock situation, but the percentage on Derrick is certainly something we have to calculate here. The rock, paper, scissors mechanic working in Dodo's favor, and it seemingly being that Derrick does not find himself able to get out of tumble, bringing us to a map 5. Unfortunately, due to some communication issues, we were not able to watch the best of 5 that finished up in the losers finals. Not losers finals, in the losers semis. But it does appear that Taetae has managed to win it out 3-2 versus Lapis. A very close set, to say the least. Unfortunately, we were not able to watch it due to some communication issues, but definitely some cool stuff. I'm sure both of these plays are very good. But we shouldn't be talking about that set, as we're currently spectating the final map of Winners Finals. Once again, on Rooftop. Interestingly, I'd imagine that this is Derrick's pick once again, as he attempts to string together these down tilts. Aang is such a scary creature to battle. The down tilts are so strong from both of these characters, but for different reasons. While Aang's down tilt gives him the potential to just completely ruin your day and carry you off the bottom of the stage, the down tilt out of Ren and Stimpy can quite simply just send you flying and kill you off the side of the stage. So both these characters definitely having their strong points, but it looks like Dodo is showing the strong points of Aang a little bit harder right now, as he's just continuing to put Derrick in the blender and utilize the full capabilities of Aang in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. But Derrick finding one back, putting himself on the board with that down strong, and trying to find himself back in an advantage situation. Just a couple of these down tilts stringed together out of Derrick though, and Dodo can easily find himself dead. The up B is not spiked, and the edge guard not punished, but speaking of stringing those down tilts together, looks like Derrick might still be stream sniping, and he heard me, because he put a couple strings together beautifully, carrying Dodo off stage, and he does it once again. Despite looking like a massive disadvantage situation, Dodo has managed to turn it around, and finds himself with 2 beautiful down tilt strings, and leaving him finally in a 2-1 stock situation with even percentages. Dodo though, not making those percentages even for long, trying to bring things back and not wanting to get sent down to losers versus his fellow Big Nuts clan member. We find ourselves in game 5 last stock situation. The tech chases, the blocks aren't good, but the heater isn't punished. Aang finds himself with a bit of a jab string there. Unfortunately for Derrick, he is getting consistently blocked and thrown immediately back to the blender, but Ren and Stimpy does not need a lot of percentage to kill. Derrick, can he get this string? Can he read the up B? He cannot. The down strong is also blocked. Dodo just simply choosing to hold the button down, and it's working for him. The perfect block on the dash attack though. This is any any of these players' games. A single mistake out of any of these plays, a single read, and this is the end. And Derrick reads the roll in, reads the angle recovery, and hits the down smash, securing himself the match and the set. Derrick sending the Big Nuts boys down into losers to face off. He says, I don't want you guys to fight in finals. I'm sending one of you down there. And he does it convincingly. Maybe not convincingly, but he does it in a Derrick fashion. Well, back on the YouTube. Well, look at the bracket again real quick. Battle of the Big Nuts. Unfortunately, for these two boys. I'm sure they wanted to face off in finals, but that is no longer an option for them. Going to do at tournament. I'm doing at everyone. Losers finals starting. True, Derrick managing to break the curse of being forever in losers bracket last time, and finding himself comfortably waiting in grand finals. This should be a very, very pog set, as the Big Nuts boys are running back. Let me update these numbers real quick. Thank you for the follow, whoever followed. Cannot see right now, but hope you're enjoying the stream.
3, 2, 1.
Looking like the players are just spacing each other out a bit, doing a bit of footsies. But I'm going to imagine that this is going to be a crazy even game, as these players are each other's primary practice partners, and do play the two arguably strongest characters in the game. So, going to be interesting to say the least, to see how things go this time around. They have versed earlier in the bracket, I believe. Let me verify. Yes, they did verse earlier, and last time Dodo took it 2-1, but losers finals, best of 5, anyone's game, and this first stock is looking nice and even, but as we do get on the point of Dodo winning out and getting that first stock, I do believe that this matchup is slightly favored towards the Dodo, towards Ang. So, going to be interesting to see if he can keep up that trend and manage to edge out his fellow bro of Taetae. But regardless, this is going to be a close match. I can comfortably say at least that. True, Leo does not have Ang downloaded just yet. And Ang just needs to put you in the blender till you die. A bit of a NutriBullet kind of moment, a bit of a crazy blender, and he gets the cargo throw so good. Even if the cargo throw doesn't kill you, it forces you into a situation where you have to up B early. And this Ang Dodo is just so good at punishing and hitting that spike, even using the down special as a recovery mix-up to get back on stage relatively consistently. Ang is just... there's a lot of weaknesses that a lot of characters have, and it's really hard to point out Ang's. If I say so myself, he's a bit light, he's got a little bit of a problem killing sometimes, but the way Dodo is playing, it's making it look like those weaknesses that I just mentioned do not exist. He finds himself up 3-1 stock, and despite his big percentage, he's not playing like he has any percentage on him as he aggressively goes in on Taetae and just continues to get these combo strings going. The neutral is finally enough out of Taetae to kill. And you never know, Leo is able to kill ridiculously early if he does manage to camp these edges and get these down tilt combos going. And you can see that's what he's looking for, but the percentage on Leo is already looking a bit scary. Taetae finds himself in the red comfortably, and he's going to need to do some magic here. He does manage to block the up B recovery, but blocking it isn't enough. Both of these plays in a bit of a tech check situation, and you can see Dodo looking for the spike, and he comfortably hits it. You can tell both of these players are ridiculously familiar with this matchup. They play each other very, very consistently. Looking like a problem with the match. Looking like they just restarted the match, but Dodo does win out map 1. Just update the score quickly. And hop into this game before I miss it. Nice. Looking like the players might have just been verifying that I was in, and they did, thankfully. As we go map 2, Jellyfish Fields. Looking like a remake coming out of these players. Potentially Jellyfish Fields was not the pick.
I warn you.
Yep, looking like Jellyfish Fields was a misclick there as we go rooftops for map 2. Taetae opting for the platform map as I believe it gives Leo more potential in advantage and weakens Aang's advantage state as there's more stuff to tech off of. This neutral quite even so far. You can tell that Taetae is consistently finding himself holding these edges though. Even when playing the neutral, you find him very quickly going to these edges, just looking for these throws into down tilts and these jump throws into neutral. Leo's game plan is always just about getting you off edge and keeping you there, while having a fairly powerful neutral game of his own. These roll-ins though, they're so consistent. Dodo reads all of them, and both of these players are definitely deep in each other's kill ranges. A single good hit out of either of them, and a stock will be taken. As I say that, they immediately swap stocks here. Leo with the strong combination, and Aang with his cargo throw into spike. Taetae though, he's looking to get back in. Immediately punished. The spike does not connect. Spiking Aang certainly more difficult than spiking the Leo, as that recovery is just so good for snapping to ledge. The roll-in is red, and Dodo just immediately putting Taetae back in the blender. Recovering high, Taetae does manage to get back on the stage. I do believe we do have some joke tournaments planned at some point, Derrick, so be on the lookout for that if you're in the Discord. But this certainly is not a joke tournament. As we speak right now, these two players are showing us some peak gameplay, and as you say, sweating it out a bit, with Taetae getting the spike. But once again, these players are so evenly matched. Dodo immediately trading back. But you got to remember that this is Taetae's map pick, and that has to be playing in to some degree. Both of these players looking for the for the grab. The roll-in is not red, and Taetae finds himself in a scary tech chase situation. Finally being able to get some space off of the Aang. But Dodo gets the grab. It's looking a bit spooky for Taetae right now. The percentages are climbing a bit. The up strong does not kill a heavy at only 100%, but the dash strong attack will kill off the side of the stage. Certainly. Taetae on his final stock for map 2. And Dodo looking for the down tilts. Is it good? It is, preventing the up B from getting the full recovery. And Dodo taking map 2 somewhat more convincingly this time, despite it being the map pick of Taetae. update the scores real quick. Dodo looking as strong as ever tonight. Make sure I don't miss the games. Just going to map 3. The fact that these players aren't
I warn you.
using the stream callers of the stream chat as well. I want to imagine that they're in a voice call together and having some bants on the side. So, for anyone wondering, this is probably one of the biggest definitions of a homie matchup, as these two players are both very good at the game and very fond of each other, at least on the surface. Yep, also both just disjoint characters, as Derrick has said in chat. Back on good old classic Jellyfish Fields for map 3. This being Taetae's map pick once again, but Dodo just makes every map look like it's his map pick. Only 80%, managing to snap the ledge comfortably. Aang's recovery game is something else, to say the least. Having built-in mix-ups in his up B, Taetae wants to get this trade kill quickly, and he potentially can with a single good hit, but Aang refusing to die these momentum cancels into the up B is very, very strong.
That does it.
Taetae finally managing to close out that stock, putting himself in a 40% deficit. Doing a bit of a risky recovery, just drifting straight into stage with that up B. Dodo looking for those tech chases and getting them, stringing together some nairs for himself, but Taetae, does he go for the down tilts? He does not, opting for a bit of a safer on stage down heavy, but the follow-up tech chases do not connect, and things are looking a little bit more even here on this third stock. Taetae though, still at a little bit of a disadvantage, looking to try and get a kill. The second up heavy does connect, however, though, and he finds himself up a stock, if only for a moment, back even 0% apiece, 2 stocks apiece. These players, you can certainly see that they are a force to be reckoned with each, and it's currently kind of a situation of 2 powerhouses slamming into each other and seeing who breaks first. That being said though, Dodo is managing to consistently edge out Taetae. I don't know if it's a slight difference in player skill, if it's a slight advantage in the matchup. It certainly is a slight advantage in the matchup, as most people would say, specifically Taetae would say. But regardless, both of these players are not making it easy for each other. Either way, even if this does result in a 3-0, Taetae is definitely not making Dodo walk through the park here. Is the up B red? Unfortunately, it's not. The Taetae doesn't get punished. He goes for the throw instead of a smash attack, instead of a heavy attack, surprisingly. I believe a heavy potentially could have confirmed it there, but I'm not too sure, especially with Aang's weight. And Aang, Dodo does manage to confirm. Taetae finds himself in advantage. Last stock a piece though, but Aang, it does not take a lot to kill him, especially on Jellyfish Fields, and Dodo kind of potentially doing some misplays there.
Time for a break.
Potentially having a misinput and kind of SDing? I wouldn't say it's an SD, but it was something a bit weird. But Taetae finds himself dodging the 3-0 and bringing it to a map 4. Yes, as Derrick has mentioned in the chat, I would say that throughout all of tonight, for the most part, Taetae has not managed to find himself the easy dares that he perhaps finds in friendlies versus noobs such as myself. Both Derrick, Rebecca, and Dodo have all been doing some crazy moves to make things a little bit harder for him. Maybe a little bit less Derrick's, but certainly Rebecca and Dodo make the dare combos a lot more difficult to string together. But he's looking for some dares here potentially, despite his massive percentage deficit. If he can get a kill off the edge here, he will find himself an advantage, but Aang does manage to recover. But the ledge snap does connect. I'm only saying you make it a little bit less difficult because I feel like a Ren and Snippy has a harder time with those mix-ups. Once again, both of these characters are in those kill percentages, Taetae more so, and you can see Dodo is fishing for those up strongs, trying to finish out this stock. Taetae missing a tech though, and getting punished straight back into the blender. Dodo's... Ooh, the recovery is missed though. Unfortunately for Dodo, trying to do a bit of a understage mix-up recovery there. Unable to actually complete it and finds himself giving up this stock. Making Taetae in a much more favorable position than he was previously. 3 stocks apiece, the percentage is not looking too bad. The perfect block, can Taetae get the dare? He misses it. The mix-ups are continuously happening, but he's certainly bringing these percentages back into his reins. Dodo looking to do something here though. The grabs are clean. The tech chase, the cargo throw. I believe this is a spike situation, but Dodo misses the spike actually. Blocks. Both of these characters can do some very spooky stuff on the edge of the stage, and Taetae finding himself an advantage, getting the down heavy off the side of the stage and punishing Dodo for going off stage. Once again, both of these players loving this off the side of the stage gameplay. Both of them looking to do each other dirty and steal some crazy stuff here. As I was saying before, this matchup is a bit of a battle of the bullshit, but it's not looking too bullshit here as Dodo once again going for a recovery mix-up on the stage and just being punished. Perhaps being too afraid to even interact with Taetae on the edge, as Leo is very scary. When you find yourself on the side of the stage with a big fat turtle just staring at you with his long disjointed swords. The grab is clean though, but the spike is cleaner, but Dodo still in an uphill battle on this map 4. 2 to 1 stock, but if he continues with these grab combos and these follow-ups, it's not going to be too much for much longer, but Taetae, he only needs a single good string to finish off that stock, and he finds himself winning map 4. As these players bring it to a map 5. One final map. They get 2 points apiece, 2 maps apiece.
What are we waiting for?
These players certainly do not want to get knocked out. They're making this very difficult for each other. Derrick is comfortably sitting here in stream chat, waiting to see which bullshit character he's about to verse. I would have to assume Derrick wants to verse the Aang though, considering that he just managed to cop the W versus the Aang. With that being said though, Taetae immediately getting a clean up smash read and getting the first stock. Does Taetae do some magic here? And man, some stuff is happening here. Taetae manages to find himself with 2 stock lead and only 100% to his name, being a medium weight character. Does he get the third? He looks for the dare, but he doesn't get it. Dodo looking a little flustered here though, looking really aggressive, trying to finish things off, but he does manage to get a stock. He's going to need to get an early stock here. He's going to need to do some crazy stuff here to come back. Down a full stock, and Taetae is not one to lose his stock for free. Once again, despite Leo's stock lead, Aang can bring you with these kill percentages so early. It's like, you gotta be afraid regardless, especially considering that Taetae for the most part has been struggling to hit these dares, the bread and butter kill potential of Leo, but I think that up strong is kind of the writing on the wall for Dodo. He really needed to make that second stock count for as long as he possibly could, despite him only being one stock down. It's looking scary, but the blender combo is good. Immediately bringing Taetae back to 100% and getting the dash attack strong. Last stock a piece. The percentage is practically even. Dodo's managed to do some magic to bring it back. Can he win out this final stock? Last stock, last map, last game for one of these plays here tonight. And it's looking like it potentially might be Taetae as he gets beautifully comboed and then spiked off the side of the stage. I was so convinced that Taetae was working magic there. He had a huge lead, 2-stock lead at the start. But Dodo, just with his clean consistency, managing to edge out at the end and doing some clean execution on that final stock to get himself into grand finals and beat his fellow big nut brother. Jesus Christ. And we do find ourselves with a rematch in the finals. Needless to say, folks, that despite the slightly low numbers of tonight, I believe tonight's been a pretty fun experience for all of us. Every set that has been spectated, for the most part, pretty much every spec that's been played tonight has been a treat to watch. Very close games across the board. So, I'm happy to be here. I hope everyone else is also happy to have witnessed and participated for tonight as we wait for grand finals to start. Bit of a water break. My throat is getting a little bit hoarse. Unfortunately, with Walmart being busy tonight, I do have to solo cast, so a little bit of extra talking for me, but I will happily do it and get through it. Waiting for this grand finals matchup to start soon. I'll bring up the bracket just to remind everyone. Derrick and Dodo did already have one matchup earlier today, but Derrick did manage to edge it out. I believe that went to game 5 last stock, so very close situation with Derrick just barely edging it out. Impressive, to say the least. And with this rematch, Dodo is going to have to hit him with a complete reversal and win 2 sets if he wishes to win tonight, but I've definitely seen crazy things out of this guy. Dodo's done it before. It's going to be fun to see if he can do it again versus Derrick, where he has previously fully reversed his fellow bro, his fellow gamer. Just looks like we're sorting out some stuff in Smash GG before we finalize this. Not finalize, before we start this final set. But that being said, don't forget to check out the Discord, check out the YouTube, check out the Twitter, check out everything to do with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl OCE, and join the community, get involved. We run these weeklies. Sign up if you can. If you can't, just check in on stream. If you can't watch the stream, we always upload the VODs. We always post the top 8s, the top 4s, etc. So feel free to get involved as we start this match shortly, hopefully. Either way, very hype, very pog. think it's safe to say that everyone who's played tonight has done a very pog performance though. For sure. Especially, I would have to say that the top 6 so far are all crazy, and I don't think anyone would dispute that. Loser, if you guys want to do a funny gentleman's agreement, I'm happy to let you to have you guys tell me about it. Did I miss the spectate opportunity? Not like this, bro. What? Alright, I gotta update these scores real quick. Should have done this before. Okay. Thankfully the players are complying with me and working with me, so
Oh, wait.
making tonight work smooth.
3, 2, 1.
Quickly fix up these names, but it's looking like map 1 is Armada Invasion. I don't even have to be looking at the screen to know that Ang is currently doing some nair bullshit that he is known for. Derrick immediately finding himself in high red percentages, but once again, Derrick does not need a lot to kill. The tech chase, there's not even a tech out of Derrick actually. Dodo doing a nice and simple dash into heavy to close out that first stock. Derrick looking to immediately trade a stock and make things a nice even 3 stock apiece, which he does do. The Z drop does not confirm into anything, does not hit anything, and Derrick is once again in the blender. I do not know how this matchup is going to go. Derrick did win the initial first set versus these 2 players, but as was mentioned in the chat earlier, perhaps Dodo, he's got the SSD nice and full, he's got the USB hard drive fully installed. Derrick might be fully downloaded on Dodo's end, but it's not looking like that is the case, as Derrick is making things very difficult for him in this third 3 stock apiece situation. Derrick looking to try and take this stock in this advantage state, but Dodo recovering nicely. Man, it's so funny seeing Snippy dare hit sometimes. It's such a funny animation, and you see the opponent go flying like crazy at these high percentages, especially a light character like Ang. And Stimpy just managing to recover over and over again. Derrick just refusing to die on his big heavyweight that is Ren and Stimpy, utilizing his strong attacks, his big hitters to the biggest extent that he can. Ang on the final stock, and Derrick right off the edge hits the double dare, immediately confirming 3-1ing Dodo on Ang on Armada Invasion for map 1. Just let these guys know that the rematch worked, and I will update the store. Derrick. One. Once again, if Dodo does want to win for tonight, he is going to have to fully reversal and win 2 sets versus Derrick, coming from the losers bracket, where Derrick, coming from winners into this grand finals, simply just has to win 2 more games in the set before before Dodo wins 3 to close out the set for tonight and win.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Dodo immediately starting with his magic. You know he loves to do it. You know he loves Final Destination, and you see why he loves it. He starts out the match with a perfect stock versus Derrick, immediately putting him into the blender and getting the up smash, and he'll do it again! Dodo showing that he definitely has an opportunity to bring Derrick to at least the second set and make life difficult for the Stimpy. 3 Upstrongs, 3 stocks out of Dodo. I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick is a little bit mentally defeated after the start of this. It's not looking good for him, but he's definitely not one with a weak mental, that's for sure. Iced in the veins of this young Ren and Stimpy player, as he doesn't care. He's been immediately 3-stocked, but he still gets the clean reads off Hang on the edge and gets a bit of blood back for himself. But 120%, Aang's going to look for the cargo throw, does not get it, but despite all of the things that are happening, Derrick is pretty much screwed for this map unless a miracle happens. That being said, Derrick certainly can perform some miracles. Only taking about 30% for the full stock of Aang, but still down such a crazy stock percentage. The RPS is good, and he does get the follow-up. Dodo bringing things back even with Derrick and bringing it to 1 map apiece. As Derrick types in the chat, yeah, he didn't get to do a lot of video gaming there. Dodo just asserting some dominance and showing what happens when you get caught as Aang on Final Destination, playing a heavy character. The punish game is ridiculous, and Dodo is not one to misinput and misexecute very often. Pretty much getting 3 stocks, more or less, completely cleanly there. Dodo showing why he is considered by many to be one of the best, if not the best player currently in the region.
All catty on these guys.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1.
As we're going to map 3, presuming Armada Invasion did get banned, and that this is in fact Derrick's pick, it is not surprising that he's picked this, but like I've said versus other people, versus Taetae in particular, Dodo kind of hasn't been caring who he's versing recently, it seems. Consistently managing to win out, even on the map picks that are supposedly Aang counters. That being said, Dodo immediately reading that Derrick is going for the wall jumps and just jumps down for the spike and connects, getting that early stock. And for once, Dodo actually missing his tech chase. Potentially Derrick looking to punish here and try and even out these stocks. But even if he can, the percentages are looking crazy, and he does in fact just find himself losing yet another stock. Derrick being in a bit of a spooky situation here. Looking like Dodo is going for the reversal. Down a full stock still, the Z drop is not good, as Dodo is still in the immunity frames, and man, Aang just puts you in the blender and he doesn't let you out till you are mush. Derrick instantly triple digits. Every move Ren and Stimpy hits though feels so heavy, feels so powerful, but nothing really is feeling as powerful as Dodo's up strong now, as it's so consistently killed in these past 2 matches for him, giving him the kills and the finishing potential that he needs in this matchup. Derrick once again down 3-1 stocks, looking rough. Map 3 in this first set in Grand Finals. Once again though, even if Dodo does find himself winning this match and the next, that would not be the win for him, as it would simply be the reversal as we go into the true Grand Finals afterwards. But Derrick, potentially making me want to eat my words a little bit, looking like he's certainly down, but he's not out just yet. Having some comeback potential for sure. If he can string some days together, if he can get some recovery reads, you can definitely kill very early, but he finds himself in a very ridiculous uphill battle. Dodo, even just a single throw, being able to comfortably cargo throw kill this Ren and Stimpy at the moment, considering these percentages. But that being said, the cargo throw is a bit spooky. Derrick, he gets back on stage, perhaps making me eat my words a little bit. The cargo throw is not enough to kill, and Derrick is looking a little bit like an animal, does not wish to die, but he does not block that dash attack, and it does confirm into the heavy, finishing off the stock and finishing off the map for Dodo. Once again, giving Dodo another point towards his potential full reversal that he is certainly looking for tonight. Despite Derrick managing to win out this matchup previously, has Dodo managed to crack the code in Derrick's playstyle, crack the code in what this Ren and Stimpy is trying to do in the matchup, and figured out some counters in it? It's hard to say considering just how close the first map already was, but Dodo looking significantly stronger so far in this Grand Finals versus when these two players found themselves versing earlier on in the tournament. Derrick getting some early damage in though. He loves those down strongs, he loves those down tilts, but I think at this point Dodo knows it, and Dodo knows that he just needs to hit him with those blender combos. He just needs to dare him over and over and over and over and over again to secure some bag, to secure the stocks for himself. And that is what Dodo is doing. The percentages are climbing, but Derrick is not one to slash immediately, getting the exact same amount of percentage back, actually 1-3 apiece. But Dodo looking to kill. The down strong does get Derrick back onto stage, but cargo throwing, he does jump on the wall. He reads the spike out of Dodo and manages to drift away and avoid it, but unfortunately Derrick is unable to find himself getting the read on the air ball back. I actually thought he was going to for a second, then I would have pogged out over it for sure, but Derrick evening things up immediately afterwards though. Both players now back to 3 stocks apiece. Interestingly enough, once again I'm on rooftops, but perhaps not interesting at all, considering that both of these players it would have most likely just been a mirror of the previous draft, if not just simply saying to run it back. Derrick though, he's getting these dares, and Ang, unable to stop the momentum, finds himself flying off the side of the edge at relatively low percentage. Derrick certainly very happy about that. Trying to get just a decent amount back. Ren and Stimpy is quite hard to kill, and Ang, not exactly the biggest hitter in the game, looking to do some fat plays, I'm sure. Derrick, he hits the log. That down tilt would have been huge, but unfortunately for him, it does not connect. But Derrick still 125% advantage over Dodo in this map 4. He really wants to bring it to a game 5. And it's looking like he might. With that clean kill, but still up a full stock, it's going to be some clean execution out of Dodo. But we've certainly seen this played out before. But as I mentioned earlier, on rooftops it is a lot harder to string those combos together compared to FD, considering the size of the stage and the supplementary platform to give additional tech opportunities that rooftops does provide. Derrick only needing a single good spike, a single good finishing move to finish off this set is bring us to a game 5, and he does find it. He reads Dodo beautifully and gets the down tilt, bringing us to a game 5 situation. Let me ban this bot real quick. How do I actually don't even remember how to ban, low-key. I haven't... Can I just do the chat command or whatever, /ban? Is that still a thing that works? Ah, I've done it. I've figured out Twitch. Thank you for the lull, Zero. Glad to see I'm at least a little bit funny. But yeah, once again, Derrick did manage to finish off that set with a nice little down tilt and bring us to game 5. Derrick is on match point and Dodo is on reversal, I would assume. I'm not exactly sure how you would call it, but yeah. He does need this game to get the reversal and not lose. But he's certainly on the path to not lose, considering these beautiful strings he's putting together at the start of this map 5. Already putting Derrick deep in kill percentage, but Ren and Stimpy, man, just a little bit of a read, and you've just double down tilted to a different dimension and in the shadow realm. Speaking of Shadow Realm, Aang might find himself in the wrong franchise as he finds himself deep in the Shadow Realm. But immediately putting Derrick straight back into the blast zone himself. Very quickly, we're seeing a lot of immediate answers back in this set, for the most part. Unfortunately for Dodo, that doesn't kill, but he does get the teeter off of it. Derrick, he doesn't need a lot to kill you, but he does need some room to breathe, and Dodo is not very good at giving you room to breathe. The neutral strong is good, and it will finish off Derrick. Bet the spike, does it kill? It does not kill. Aang's recovery game is so good. The immediate snap to ledge is so consistent, it's so fast, and Dodo is going to make the most out of that recovery as he brings Derrick back to 100% ridiculously fast. Aang Nair combo is just something that you cannot underestimate at all. The tech chases are good. Dodo is known for being very good on those tech chase reads. But he does miss for once. Strangely enough, Dodo opting to play a little bit safer there. Perhaps knowing that he would find himself in a cargo throw spike situation, which he reads beautifully and capitalizes off beautifully. 3-1 stocks, Derrick immediately in the blender. I would be amiss to say anything besides we are going to reset. And Dodo is bringing us to the last best of 5 for tonight. Making things very difficult for Derrick, to say the least. He does not want anyone but one of the big nuts boys to win. And I'm not sure you can blame him. The full reset actually coming out. Just a little reminder, you know, if you're popping into the stream, if you're giving it a little watch, don't forget to follow me, follow all the OCE Discord socials, sign up for next tournament next week, you know, get amongst it. The game has very active fun patches. I'm not too sure what happened there. I'm assuming that there was a map pick issue in the reset. We'll just quickly remake and go back in. Yeah, Derrick saying, oop, my bad. I'm assuming something funny happened there. But as we get into this, it's looking all good. I don't know. I don't even know what to say when I watch Dodo put these strings together. Derrick has literally not even gone to interact with the game and finds himself at 130%. Maybe it's just a Ren and Stimpy thing, but I feel like it's not. I feel like even the medium weight characters have a horrendous time dealing with these Angnares. Only 40% on Ang and 180% on Derrick. He's going to find himself getting tossed off the edge and killed nice and quick, but answering immediately actually with a beautifully timed down heavy, managing to spike Ang off the edge there. Gets the double hit with the down smash, unfortunately unable to hit the second down tilt, and with a single whiff, Dodo is going to punish you harder than you've ever been punished before. Derrick immediately 100%, managing to hit the log though, perhaps disjointing the combo a little bit. Both of these players slowing down slightly, looking for this big kill potential. The tech chases, are they good? Derrick does not want to be near that edge, but he's going to have to go there eventually, and the spike connects flawlessly. Dodo reads you, and he reads you fluently. So hard to get away from this guy. As Derrick is just immediately thrown back straight into the blender, and he gets flung off the top of the screen. You hate to see it. He just cannot do anything, unable to interact. Derrick is doing his best to do something here to get even a chance back on stage, but Dodo reading him like a book and hitting the final down heavy off the side of the stage to send the big fat cat and dog to their deaths. Let me update the score quickly, but I said this before the set started. Despite Derrick winning out in the initial close matchup, it's hard to count Dodo out. He's done this before, and he'll potentially do it again here tonight, folks. He is so good at just not caring about his situation, not caring about where he's at the bracket, if he's one game off losing, if he's anything, and just clutching up and just putting himself in a winning situation. As we've seen here so far, he's come out of losers, losing specifically to Derrick, perhaps finally getting used to the matchup, figuring out what he needs to do to punish the Ren and Stimpy of Derrick that has been dominating. Yeah, fair to say that this Ren and Stimpy has been dominating the region to some degree, and he's managed to crack the code, and finding himself consistently 0 to deathing this beast of a character, this beast of a player that is Derrick on Ren and Stimpy. Going to be interesting to see how map 2 goes. I'm assuming that Armada Invasion was once again banned as we find ourselves on Rooftop Rindable, and Dodo not taking a second to waste anything, immediately jumping in with some combos, but Derrick luckily not finding himself 0 to death this time as he manages to take away. But Dodo, it's hard to escape from him, but the down tilts, the down strongs are a lot to worry about if you're a light character like Ang for yourself. Also, thank you for the follow, Zero. Much appreciated. Dodo potentially looking to find himself with a cargo throw spike. It doesn't connect. It does not. Derrick gets a good drift away, but Derrick, once again, a tech chase situation, trying to get some mix-ups. He does manage to drift away. Does he punish Dodo? Dodo with the beautiful tech against the wall, managing to not get spiked off. Derrick would have loved to get that, but the second down smash is good, is clean, and does confirm the kill. Derrick finds himself in this advantage situation in this second map of Rooftop rumble. Potentially looking for some cheese. Derrick, I do not believe he'll be able to recover off that. Potentially getting punished for some spice he was trying to provide. The throws are clean. Is the down tilt? Dodo will quite simply hover back onto stage without a care in the world. Aang is so scary. Down tilts are good. But few things are as good as the Nez, but Derrick kind of with the read, he does manage to get the counter and immediately hits him with the dare back. Getting Aang with a dare off the side of the stage and actually finding himself with a stock advantage. Meaningfully getting percentage back. The waft doesn't do a lot, but it does manage to buy him some space, buy him some time. And these down smashes are just connecting. The down tilt it trades, but it trades successfully. Finding himself with the kill. Derrick on his third stock, crazy high percentages. Sorry, now his second stock, but full stock lead on Aang is nothing to be scoffed at. Derrick only needing a final kill to finish off Dodo and even up these mats in the final set. Unfortunately, the down smash does not connect, and Dodo ferociously looking to even up these stocks. He reads the air dash in and punishes Derrick, bringing into a last stock situation. Derrick does get the percentage reset, but he's barely managed to touch Dodo on this last stock, only taking 9%, down to 71%, 77% here, but Derrick's percentage is climbing, safe to say, much faster than that of Dodo's. But Derrick does not need much percent to kill the lightweight Aang, does hit the down strong, and finally finish off that Aang. Looking a little scary at the end there, but he did manage to even out. Does manage to even out the set. And bring it to 1-1 on this final set for tonight. Jesus Christ. You know, let me pop up this screen real quick. Just in case you didn't know. If you're not a part of the Discord, if you're not a part of the socials and such. Peep this page real quick. Maybe, you know, swing by the Discord, join the community, join in the hype. We post in the Discord quite consistently. We also post all of our VODs up on YouTube, so feel free to watch any match after
I warn you, I've been trained.
they have been done.
Get
But
ready. 3,
shit is
2,
looking hype.
1.
As we go into map 3 Jellyfish Fields, once again, Dodo not taking a second to breathe, immediately putting Derrick directly back onto the fire, directly back into the blender. I will continue to use these cooking analogies because the way Derrick plays, you feel pretty cooked after you're done. Your brain is, you barely want to think about it, getting Aang ned. And I'm sure Derrick is going to do a lot of Aang thinking tonight. Only 44% on Aang. He's going to want to get some big strings going here. But Dodo looking to space things out a little bit. The recovery is good. Derrick unable to punish. But surprisingly able to cleanly return the stock back though. Back to a 3-stock situation apiece. Dodo is so dirty with these nairs. Luckily for him, for Derrick though, second part of the dash attack does not connect. But a little bit of crumbs at this point. Derrick Z dropping Aang actually. And he gets the clean there. So fun. So clean out of this guy. Yeah, Aang, if you haven't played Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Aang's Nair combo, because Aang fast fall Nair combos is probably one of the strongest combos in the game, especially against heavies. As Ren and Snippy is the third heaviest character in the game. You can build percentages against like half of the cast, like to at least 100%, depending on the stages. But Derrick managing to trade things up a bit and actually find himself an advantage. 2-to-1 stock. But the percentage, the nair combos, you're just back in the blender. It continues to climb, and he finds himself getting pretty much, I believe, 100 to 0 there. 0 to death by the Ang blender, and he is not happy about it. Derrick, you can tell he potentially mashing buttons a little bit. I think he's back to his senses a bit, but he is not happy about losing that stock. Ang final stock only 70% though. Very, very close to Derrick's kill percentage. But man, a couple of those blenders, he finds himself back in the kitchen and he is struggling. But dare? Can he get a single dare off the edge? Unfortunately for him, he can't, but the down strong is there to connect, and Derrick takes map 3. Looking very spooky at the end there, but it's hard to say that not all of these matches are looking spooky for both of these players. Let me update this score. Derrick actually finding himself on set point once again, only needing a single map to copper the victory and steal it away from the Big Nuts boys. As I believe, since I've at least come into the community, the Big Nuts duo has managed to win pretty much everything that they've played in. So this would be a slight upset, potentially, as as I stated previously, only those two have won any tournaments since I've joined the community. For me, at least, it would be an upset. Last week's final, I should note, was also a battle against these two players. So, but it was a bit different last time, as Derrick was the one coming from losers who managed to reversal Dodo, with this time it being the other way around. Derrick immediately finding himself in the blender once again. He's going to have to find something to deal with that. Some form of fun Ren and Stimpy tech, but Dodo, he reads the wide recovery so easily, so comfortably, and just spikes Derrick to his death. Dodo wants that map 5. He does not want this to end 3-1. And he goes straight back into the blender. Oh my god, I cannot imagine Derrick is very happy about this at all. 2 stocks gone like that, and he's got to be feeling like he's barely played the game. Ang can just be so oppressive if you have the bad matchup, if you have the unfortunate DI, but I don't even know how much DI can really do when you're a big fat character like Ren and Stimpy. Without many platforms to tech into, you are in a very rough situation. Derrick going to need to perform some magic, going to be a Houdini at the very least to come back from this, but he does hit a good, powerful down strong to get on the board to take the first stock. Can he get a couple bullshit early kills? He does hit that spike. Unfortunately, that's not enough to kill Ang from the bottom of stage with such a beautiful recovery that Ang does have with the air glide. But Derrick is certainly not out just yet. He gets the teeter. That's definitely going to kill if he confirms with the eyes, and he does. Goes to the Z-drop. 2 stocks apiece. Derrick could potentially close this out just here if he plays his cards right. Dodo unable to confirm, but he does get the follow-up spike. And Dodo refusing to let this end here. First down tilt. Does he get a second? The recovery's not red. Derrick, you know these down tilts are dirty, but he times him out with the invincibility on the edge and gets the perfectly timed, the extra meaty, if you will, down smash, down heavy, and brings Ang to his death. But man, the blender, Ang is a professional chef at this rate, because he puts everyone in the blender. The tech chase is there, it is good. Derrick in a rough situation. There's a spike connect, it does, and we go to a game 5. Derrick almost performing a magical feat there at the end, but unfortunately for him, he cannot make the stars align. Derrick losing map 4 and bringing us to a map 5 in this finals after a full reset. Once again, we go to map 5. Full 10 games played out for these players in this grand finals. I'm sure these guys are sweating to some degree. It's definitely a spooky situation to be in. You could imagine potentially some mental fatigue, even some physical fatigue, as these two players have been playing for quite a while tonight.
warn you,
All
I've
catty
been
on
trained.
these guys.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Looking like we're going to Rooftop Rumbles. Rooftop Rumble for this final map. Can Derrick immediately get the first stock? He does manage to do something there. A bit of an interesting edge guard situation with his down strongs and immediately gets the early stock. That is really, really rough for Dodo, as he's going to need to answer immediately back to try and even things out a bit, but he finds himself unable to get in. Derrick going for the Z drop, and it does connect, but somehow Dodo managing to capitalize off that situation. The tech read is good. Derrick actually getting a beautiful tech read, and he even reads the jump, unfortunately unable to punish the air ball out of Ang. The logs do miss, the down strong not there. Derrick kind of SDing though, unfortunately, using his heavy in the wrong direction, I believe. A bit of a miss input, potentially a little spooked, a little scared in this final game situation, but I wouldn't actually believe that, to be honest. Both of these players truly have ice in their veins at this point, as they've proven in the community so far, but Derrick finding himself with a full stock up with only a slight bit of percentage to him, but I don't know if that percentage is going to stay slight for long if Dodo has anything to say about it as the strings connect. Derrick in a recovery situation, he drifts, but he drifts too far. Unable to recover. Hang does manage to even out. Dodo does manage to even out, and immediately Derrick put back into the nair. You hate to see it. He does just get upstrung once again. Derrick, he had such a crazy start, but it's looking like this might be the end for Derrick. Potentially the writing on the wall if he can't get this stock cleanly and soon. This is looking very spooky for him. I definitely wouldn't count this player out though, but you can see Dodo playing nice and methodically, using his blocks to the max, using his grabs beautifully, not even going for tech chases necessarily, just making sure that he gets his combos out. He knows he's a full stock up. He only needs to do some chip damage and string together, but he gets more than chip damage. He gets his full nair combo into the upstrong, and Derrick does lose out on his final stock. Dodo is the winner of the Salty Spitoon 2. Managing to get the full reversal after 10 games. Dodo just barely edges out Derrick in the grand finals, winning your tournament for tonight. What a crazy set. These players could not have made it closer. Let me get Ang off your screen. Dodo managing to perform some magic at the end there. Or as some players might say, some Ang player bullshit. As he manages to close out and win tonight. I would say, despite the lower turnout of week 1, I think overall week 2's matches has actually been perhaps even better than week 1. I feel like pretty much every map we've had on stream today has been ridiculously close and a good watch. I'm pretty dead, so I'm going to end the stream off shortly, but I'll quickly show you the bracket. Ignore the YouTube bullshit. Quickly show you the bracket and end off the stream for tonight. But tonight has been very hype indeed. Very cool. Every game was super good. Don't forget to check out everything. Check out the Discord, Twitter, YouTube. Follow me if you want. And I'm going to end stream. Thank you everyone who came by to watch. Everyone who's still here. I hope you have a good night.